Hi, see you again.
Nice to
How
see
are
you
you?
too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was funny. Yesterday I ran into problems at around the same time, and then today I ran into problems too. It's like this headset is really strange. The other one I've been wearing for so many years. So,
Yeah, I don't use a headset.
yeah, yeah. I actually need to use a headset because um otherwise it would well because I can't mute like you guys mute between speaking, but I really can't.
Yeah.
So sometimes I do, and then I forget, and then you guys are like, "Hello, hello." So, um, but anyway, hello Nadia. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. All good.
Good. And we get to see what you look like. You're on video. It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
So, hello Victor. How are you doing?
Hi, Holly. I'm fine. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Glad to
So,
see.
Alexander, and how are you doing again? Welcome back. Were you the
Thank
one?
you.
Were you the one that had a question to ask me?
Yeah, yes.
And then I had just pressed on the hang up button right when you asked,
Oh,
and
no
I
problem.
couldn't
I
go
got it.
back.
Yeah. I just sometimes I need to leave the phone, so I missed the phrase. Wait a second. Give game away.
Uh-huh.
Uh, what does it mean?
One of okay, for to give the game away, that is has to do with when you have a secret. And say for example, okay, this is a good example. Okay, you and your partner or your girlfriend or your wife or whatever, you she gets pregnant, but you do not tell anybody, and pretty soon she starts to show her belly gets bigger, her stomach gets bigger, and so she is given the game away. So it's a secret until it starts to until something happens that gives the game away.
That everybody can see it.
You can see it, yeah.
Oh,
So
in this case, a girl who pregnant gives her game away.
yeah,
Yeah,
she gives the game away because
when her
her
belly with
stomach gives away game
uh,
away.
when people
Maybe
already can
maybe
see her belly.
exactly
Too bad.
because you guys
Mhm.
whatever you haven't decided not to tell anybody. In the last class, it's because maybe you have kept a fear quiet, right? And you haven't told nobody that you're scared of snakes. But then you are sent on a project for work and you have to work with snakes.
Yeah, yeah, and I jumped and scared,
And
and
you jump
everybody, yeah, I
and
give my
it
game away.
gives
Yes,
the game away.
got it,
Yep,
got it. Thank you.
you're welcome. So, hello, Khalid. How are you?
Yeah, fine, thank you. How you doing?
Well, welcome. Very good. I'm actually cold right now. I just started to shiver, so I'm like, oh, it must be getting cold. I'm between two windows. I've got a window here and a window over here. And this window I've actually covered with something because the cold comes through it. So I'm like going, oh,
You
so
bought some barrier to.
yeah, yeah, because of the wind and stuff like that. And it's a single paned window, so
Mhm.
just
Yeah,
one glass. Yeah. All right. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. This class today is on technology and inventions, and so let's get started. I'll go ahead and add the worksheet here for everybody to see. All right. So, all right. So technology. I know that you guys, and I think you guys all know that I'm a geek to the core. Totally a technology geek. Are any of the rest of you? Do you like?
Yes, I am.
You are? Anybody else
Yeah.
a self-professed geek?
Yeah, I've considered myself something like this. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And it's okay to be a geek or a nerd if you say you are. So, but
Yeah,
if anybody else says it, then you go, "Oh no, I'm not." Alexander.
people sometimes think that the geek and nerd it's bad, like I don't know how to say. So it considers like bad something.
Yeah, that it's a negative
Yes, 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 yeah.
negative word. But if you say that if you're a self-professed geek, it's positive. So and then of course because of shows like the Big Bang Theory and stuff like that, it also makes it more fun. So anybody else? Is it just the three of us who are self-professed geeks? So all right, so let's go ahead. We've got what we're going to do is go over some vocabulary today describing technology, and then also look at talk about different inventions that have happened because of this technology. Let's go ahead and study the adjectives and put them into the correct category below. So we have positive adjectives and negative adjectives. I'm going to be lazy. Instead of writing the words in the space, I'm going to put a plus or a minus next to each word. So once I actually get the PDF set up to type on. Okay. All right, so Alexander, can you choose one word that is positive?
Convenient.
Convenient,
First.
okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. And Jabo, can you choose a word that is positive?
Okay.
Except my Adobe Reader has stopped working.
Wow.
Okay, yesterday the entire Chrome stopped working and I had to actually restart my computer. Were any of you guys in that class?
Yes,
I
I
think
was.
Cornell.
I was there.
A couple. And then today, in the last class, my headset stopped working, and I had to go find another headset, plug it in, get the driver working, get it working, and now my
Yeah,
Adobe has stopped working. I think this is 3 for 3.
So I think you should have backup another computer
Yeah, I think
connected to internet, and maybe you can maybe make it easier than if it happened to you many times. So you should thinking for a backup plan or something.
yeah,
Like,
I agree. I actually do have a backup computer.
and maybe even you can maybe use your phone or smartphone, something like this, just
Yeah.
for temporary time. Yeah, some classes. Yeah.
I do have a backup computer, which is good, and I have but backup for something like this, you just have to go ahead and open it up again. So bear with me. Just went into the wrong folder. Lingua House. And I'm really lucky that I had this backup headset. So bear with me. Yeah, I agree with you. Also, another thing for people in my job, Khaled, it's really important for us to have backup internet too.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Yeah,
Another link, yeah.
Yeah.
From different service provider, yeah.
Yeah, I know a person in Mexico. He has 2 ISPs coming into his house. In case one is not good, he can go grab the other one. And we have been talking about doing that here as well, but we have not done it yet. And in the 2 years that I've lived here, we've only had the internet go out, I think, twice. So.
And the technology now is maybe you can put some router, I mean device that can be make balance between the two connection. It's mean you can use them in the same time to make more speed, and or you can use one of them currently concurrently, and when one of them goes down, automatically the file switches to another one. So it seems like there's no downtime.
Wow.
Yeah, it's my job,
Yeah.
And yeah.
I'll have to tell my colleague down in Mexico that, because he would be very happy to hear that if he hasn't already done that. So anyway, Jabo, what is another positive word here?
I think powerful is positive adjectives. Powerful.
Which one?
Powerful.
Oh yeah, powerful is a positive adjective. Yes. Okay.
Holly, yeah, yesterday you canceled a class. I remember you canceled a class, right? The last one class you canceled it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
what's into the problem?
Yeah, something happened.
Or something.
Yeah.
So yesterday was not your day, right?
Yeah, no, yesterday was definitely not my day. So I've had better days, that's for sure. So, but thanks for asking. Yeah, Khalid, could you tell me give me a positive word?
Cutting edge, one of them.
Cutting edge, definitely. Okay, and then Khalid, a positive word. No, Khalid, I do that all the time. Cornell.
State of the art.
State of the art. And actually, Cornell, didn't I call you Callum yesterday?
Sorry?
I think yesterday I called you Callum.
I don't understand.
Just now I tried to call you Khalid, and then yesterday I called you Callum. I was like, Callum.
Yeah, yesterday or I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it happened.
Yeah.
It has already happened, but no problem.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Khalid and Conan is similar.
Yeah, and Callum too. So Khalid, if you're the only one in the class and I call you Callum,
no problem. I will understand.
You will answer.
Yeah, no problem.
First letter is the same.
Yeah, I always joke that I have what's called a name dyslexia, where I confuse names and I just call people whatever name that comes to my head. So, Nadia, can you give us a positive adjective dealing with technology?
Okay, positive is handy.
Handy, yes. Excellent. All right. And Victor, can you give us a positive adjective?
I think invaluable.
Invaluable. Yes.
Invaluable.
Okay, and we've got one more that is positive.
Indispensable.
Indispensable. Okay. So everybody agree that the rest of them are negative.
But indispensable could be negative as well, right?
Nope.
No, positive.
It's always, if something is indispensable.
Is it similar to essential?
Very important.
It's very important. It's like essential. Yeah. Khalid, can you describe that word? Indispensable.
Something it's very important and you cannot live without, or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Something is crucial.
Crucial, yes, crucial or necessary. See, a lot of times you might actually call a worker, somebody who works for you, who has done a really good job, indispensable. So you use the word to describe a technology, but also to describe people. if you have somebody that's just a dynamite worker. They're indispensable.
For example, prisons are bad things, but they are indispensable.
We wouldn't use that word to describe prisons.
Water may be indispensable, air, something like this.
Yeah.
Essential.
Something that's essential, yeah.
Okay, clear. Thank you.
Mandatory.
But something you really can't live without. But
Yes.
we wouldn't really describe I don't know why. I mean, prisons are important, but I'm not sure why we wouldn't ever describe it as indispensable, because I think something that's indispensable is usually something that is positive. Yeah, and we don't consider prisons as a very positive thing, even though technically, it's positive because it keeps people away. People that should not be out in society out, but it's not considered positive.
Okay, more or less clear.
Yeah. So, for example, microwaves in today's society are indispensable for many cooks.
Yes, I remember.
It wasn't that was in yesterday's class, I think.
Exactly.
So, all right. So let's practice some of these words. So tell us. Let's start with Cornell. You're right in the middle. So, Cornell, could you tell us an invention that has happened in the last 100 years that is cutting edge?
It is a good question. I have to think of it.
Okay.
Facebook.
Okay. And why would you say Facebook is cutting edge?
Yeah.
Any idea why?
Sorry?
Why?
It is a new things to keep in touch with another person on the internet, and it is a new thing.
Okay.
New things.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
why it's cutting edge. Okay. Excellent. Thank you. Nadia, could you tell us maybe one of the inventions below, or something else that you can think of that is now obsolete?
Excuse me, I can't understand.
Yeah. The word obsolete right here. Can you tell us about an invention that is now obsolete?
Okay, obsolete. Okay. The telegraph obsolete for translate or for transfer information.
So you would say the telegraph is now obsolete for the transfer of information. Very good. So it is now obsolete. Okay, thank you. All right, and Khalid, could you tell us an invention that you would consider indispensable?
From the word list, or I can use them?
Anything from this list, if you need it, or from whatever you want.
Yeah, I think the electricity, it's an indispensable technique or invention that maybe all of us now cannot live with electric, without electric.
Without
electric.
Yeah, electricity, and also indoor plumbing. We can live without indoor plumbing, but we'd prefer not to. So I agree. All right, Victor. Can you tell us about some type of invention that you consider worthless?
I can't find worthless inventions in the list.
Okay, but can you think of something just that you know of?
No, I can't remember.
Okay. Can anyone think of something that's worthless? I can't think of anyone either.
Maybe it's the light bulb? Sorry.
Excuse me?
Maybe it's the light bulb. It's worthless. It's worthless.
The light bulb?
Yeah.
No, I think it's
It's
worthwhile to have.
indispensable.
Indispensable now.
Facebook is worthless in my
Okay.
point of view.
Okay.
It is not important to have it.
Yeah. Okay.
It is a simple bonus.
So it's not indispensable?
Yeah.
Okay. In your point of view, yeah, if some people find it as a way to really connect with their family and friends, and it's becoming indispensable, but I think at this point it's not. I agree with you. Okay. Jabo, can you tell us an invention that is very powerful?
Very powerful. I think the internet is very powerful nowadays. Yeah, because with internet you can do anything. You can connect, and you can search Google or search any website you like, and you can watch news, even watch news on the internet. So I think internet is very powerful. And yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I mean, we wouldn't be able to talk to each other like this. I mean,
Yeah, also on verbally, without internet, we are not here today.
yeah, exactly. And we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nations represented in this group.
Yeah, so the internet is very powerful. You can connect with people and
Yeah.
people get together. Even all the people come from different countries. Yeah. So,
Exactly. It's just amazing. With one, you guys all have one goal, and that's to improve your English.
yeah.
You have different motivations and different reasons why, but the goal is the same.
And I think I believe that the internet it's tiding the gap between the different country or different people live in different country. You know, I remembered when I graduated from the university in the 1999 or 1998. That time it's just the internet started in Libya. That time we were, I mean, as a new engineers, it's difficult to find a new research or a new any technology. You should register it for maybe newspaper, and you will stay a lot of time waiting for the magazines or something like this. But once the internet is we use the internet, we can find everything. It's just click the mouse and you can find a lot of things and you know, improve the education system. For myself, all my career enhancement is through self-training, so through the internet. I believe that the internet is very, very, very important and useful. Yeah. Powerful technology.
I agree with you. And I was thinking of back before the internet. I heard that it took 7 years on average for a fad to move around the globe. Do you guys know what a fad is?
Fed?
Fad. It's F-A-D.
It's a temporary fashion, maybe like.
In fact, it's any new, maybe new thing or maybe they introduce new technology or new technique.
Yeah, exactly. Like for example, back in the early '80s, in the U.S., Victor's picture, for example, the Rubik's cube was a huge fad. It was there. It was there then, and it's come back 30 years later. But that was a fad at that time. But I heard that when it comes to fashion, usually it took about 7 years. Now it takes 10 minutes.
That's why I'm wondering to ask the class and you, Holly, about the 3D printers. Have you heard about the technology of the 3D printing?
Personally, I've only seen articles that I have not read. I've only seen the headlines.
You can watch a short video on YouTube. It's an amazing thing and the new technology. It started in the mid of 80, but now it's a lot of things that maybe you don't imagine that the people now made the guns, plastic guns, from the 3D printing. You can just scanning the gun, the module, and then within 3 hours, they made the gun, plastic gun or something like this. It's a real gun, not
really.
It's amazing.
Has anybody else heard about 3D printing?
Yes, of course.
I've read a couple of articles.
So
I read about this gun.
Okay. And Victor, have you read about it too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, that's why, because of the internet, so maybe all of us is here about but if it's without internet, maybe after 7 years or 8 years we'll hear about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's funny because when I see pictures of my friends from other countries and I ask them, was that in 1977 based on the styles? They say, no, it was 1982. And I'm like, oh. So, and I realized that the styles, like between the U.S. and Finland, where I was living, was, probably 5 years apart. So it's really funny as far as that goes. Okay, so let's look at these inventions below. So we've already talked about the internet. We agree that it's very powerful. It can be indispensable. A lot of very good adjectives to describe that. Nadia, you described the telegraph as obsolete. Are there any other ways that we would describe this telegraph?
Old-fashioned.
Okay.
Outdated.
Outdated.
Old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
For many people, it's useless.
For many people, it's useless. Okay. And we can also use these phrases below. So, useless and outdated. Okay.
Impractical, right?
Impractical. Nowadays, yeah. Do we even have telegraph machines anymore?
I think in the shipping company, yeah, because shipping company want to communicate with the vessel or the boat, and the captain sometimes will telegraph some information to the shipping company.
Really? Okay. Yeah. So there are some industries that are still using it. So are there industries that are still using the fax machine as well?
Fax machine? Yeah, our company use fax
yes,
machine.
Many companies still using the fax machine.
Yeah. Really?
It's still used in many companies. Yeah, it's very useful.
Okay.
Fax machine.
And even even with voice over IP technology now, still the fax is one of the machine connected to the system. Just maybe it's modern fax, but still the fax is used. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I have a fax on my printer, and my printer is actually
working as
a bottom shelf collecting dust.
Yeah,
'cause I
that's
never
why.
print. I don't print. I don't make copies. I don't, so it's
Yeah.
out collecting dust.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. What about the typewriter? So, Victor, how would you describe the typewriter?
I think the typewriter is outdated, impractical, and worthless
Okay.
nowadays.
Have you used a typewriter in your lifetime?
Yes, I used this device when I served in the army. It was indispensable for my job,
Okay.
but it was a long time ago.
Okay. Yeah, because I think nowadays, I mean, when I was in school, we all learned to type on a typewriter, but nowadays, nobody, the young people don't even know what it is.
So, Victor, I consider you as an old man. So, because I'm 1975, I didn't use the typewriter. I see it in when I was student, but I didn't use it that time. So
You
maybe
You
didn't?
have to
all, yeah, I did it.
you have to try it.
Wow. Wow. So who here has used a typewriter? So I have, Victor has.
And also me.
Cornell also has, because I have this subject in my economical secondary school when I was attending it. Hmm.
Okay, so you learned in school. And
Yes.
Yeah,
Jabo, you
yeah,
learned to use a typewriter as well?
I remember in my school days, our teacher asked us to practice typing by typewriter. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
about 15 years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but right now maybe no more. Yeah, because people use computer to practice typing.
Yeah, they do now. Shinyu, have you ever used a typewriter?
I never use the typewriter.
Okay, you have never used one. And Nadia, have you used one?
Yes, I used a typewriter. I don't know, about maybe 15 years ago.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Um,
studied in school.
Okay. And Alexander, have you used a typewriter?
No, I haven't, but I know what it is. When I was child, my mother worked at it.
And your mother had one and used it at her work?
Yes, yes, it was
Okay.
her work.
Okay, so at least we're all old enough to know what it is, and most of us have used one at least.
I would like to add interesting information about this topic. I started to learn typewriting on mechanic typewriter.
What's typewriter?
Mechanic typewriter.
A mechanical typewriter?
Yeah, mechanic typewriter. It
So
it
what?
it it is a harder way to use it than we use electronic typewriting
Okay.
typewriter.
Actually, we call it a manual typewriter. Manual. Yeah, those are hard. I've tried that. I never learned, but man, I don't know how those ladies used to use those back in the day. They're really hard. All right. So let's talk. We talked a little bit about Facebook. So, Victor, how would you describe Facebook? No, I guess you already did the typewriter. Jinyu, how would you describe Facebook?
Teacher, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, in my opinion, I think Facebook is amazing invention. Using Facebook, we can speak to each other freely, and we can control our communication. without the censorship.
Mm-hmm.
That's very awesome. I like the Facebook, but
mhm.
Facebook is prohibited in China.
Oh, it is. That's what I was going to ask. Is that one of the things that is blocked in China? So it
Mm.
is. Okay.
But
All right.
I really enjoy Facebook.
Mhm.
I began to use Facebook a few months ago.
Mhm.
It's very wonderful, awesome.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Excellent. Thank you. All right.
How
Um.
do you know about Facebook if it's banned? Do you use special software?
Mm, uh, there is a similar social media like
Chinese
Facebook,
social.
but
Yeah.
totally it's very different from Facebook.
The name is QQ, right? QQ.
Mm, it's called Weibo,
Oh,
Oh, Weibo.
and
Okay.
Weibo.
Okay.
Yeah. No, didn't wasn't ICQ that was very popular in China at one time, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's QQ. Yeah, ICQ,
ICQ.
right?
oh, QQ. Mm.
I
Mm.
remember. I remember I had an account, but I could never understand how to use it.
But if you use QQ, you cannot upload your photo. Yeah, it's just only a communication tool. You can
Uh-huh.
communicate with someone, but
Because the government of China maybe control the
yeah, control the
media.
social
Yeah,
media.
everything is controlled.
Uh-huh.
And
I,
Weibo is also a Chinese website. Weibo.
uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, I remember trying to do QQ. That was way back 10 years ago or more when I was setting that up. Um, all right, let's go on to bicycles. Alexander, talk to us. How would you describe bicycles?
Uh, Convenient, handy, and that's it.
Okay. And for some people, depending on the country they're in and their circumstances, it could also be indispensable.
Yes. So if
Or
you
both.
work, yes.
Yeah. So,
Sometimes I consider bicycles powerful for some country because there is a lot of traffic, so maybe you can use them.
In Asian countries, many
Yeah,
of them.
Asian countries, yeah.
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 And I consider it's a powerful technique to lose some weight and do sporting
hmm
exercise.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And in my country, most people will use bicycles for exercise, but not necessarily for transportation.
Yes, that's
Um,
what that's also I have my bicycle I used for the exercises. It's sometimes in the summer or yeah when the weather is good.
mhm.
Mm.
Uh, hello, teacher. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I put the QQ website in the Google chat box. After
Mhm.
class, you can click on that. And
Yes, I already look it and see QQ
Yeah.
International Chat. Yeah,
uh,
thank you.
teacher, you can
Mhm.
download the application, and
Mhm.
I will teach you how to use it.
I don't have time for it anymore. So,
You are so busy. You
yeah.
have to take care of your children.
I don't have kids, but I help with my sister's kids. So, but yeah, I just don't have time. When Google Plus came on, my for a long time I joined Google Plus and then I put on there who has time for another one of these. So all right, let's go to the train. Jabo, how would you describe the train nowadays?
Uh, Nowadays, people still take train. Yeah, because the train is arriving some destination on time.
Mhm.
Usually on time, no miss. Yeah, so
Mhm.
it's still very convenient to take train. If you want to get to some destination on time, you can probably use train. It's a necessary tool for everybody, and
And
also very economic. You don't have to spend lots of money to take the train.
okay. Yeah, and then again, for people in some cities, it's indispensable. You know, they can't get around without one. So, yeah, and invaluable as well. Khalid, talk to us about the light bulb.
I would like to thank Mr. Edison to innovate this technology. I consider the light bulb as one of the indispensable things in the 20th century, and also I think it's invaluable, very invaluable technique or technology or invention.
Technology.
I think it's technology or
invention.
Invention. Yeah. It's imagine our life. I mean, without light bulb, maybe even with the light now, we consider ourselves in. We live in the black mode, so without light, how you can imagine our life?
Yeah, well, we'd all like
difficult. Yeah, really.
For me, it's almost 1 a.m., and so I would definitely not be awake right now if it wasn't for these inventions. So, all right, Cornell, could you talk to us about film cameras?
Yeah, film cameras, it is a good thing, and it is handy and convenient, and nowadays it is indispensable in our life. But
Really?
For example, 40 years ago, it wasn't essential
Film
for life.
cameras?
Sorry?
Film cameras?
Yeah, film cameras or only cameras. So
Yeah. Well, if we talk about film cameras,
yeah.
are they still indispensable?
I think for now is
Okay,
the right.
you are right. Film cameras is not essentially in our life,
Outdated, I think.
but cameras as well.
Yeah, cameras still are. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I think film cameras.
Outdated, I think.
Yeah, didn't Kodak go out of business?
Sorry.
Kodak.
Yeah,
You guys,
Kodak.
Kodak film.
It broke. It's bankruptcy right now, right? Kodak company.
Yeah, somebody told me a couple weeks ago that they went out of business.
Yeah, because of bankruptcy. Went
Yeah.
broke.
Because they didn't move into the digital world. But did Fuji move in to? Are they in business?
Yes.
Or does anybody know?
Yes, I think yes.
You mean a
Fuji, I think yes.
Japanese company?
Talking about Fuji, I think they moved to digital.
They moved to digital, and so everything's right with them. But Kodak couldn't move with the times, and so they became obsolete and outdated. so they had to go bankrupt. They went bankrupt. So, all right. So let's move on to some vocabulary here. Let's match the underlined words to the definitions below. So we have. I'm just going to go ahead and read the definitions and out loud to you all, and then we'll have each one of you read a sentence and then match the definitions. We have a small-scale experiment to decide how and whether to launch a full-scale project. B, extremely surprising. C, look at something very quickly. D, make better. E, smoothly and continuously without being noticed. F, uncomfortably nervous about or embarrassed by what other people think about you. And G, write down something that is spoken. Okay, so number 1. Nadia, can you read number 1?
Yes, of course. Using a translation app on your mobile device can really enhance your travel experience. What is enhance?
Hands. So what would that be matched with?
Um, I think look at something very quickly or make better.
It's actually the answer is make better.
Make better. Yeah.
Yes. Make better. So if something is enhanced, you make it better. Okay, Victor, can you read number 2?
I don't need a watch. I can just glance at my smartphone to check the time. I think the answer is C. Look at something very quickly.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, Xinyu, can you read number 3?
Number 3. The company launched a pilot scheme to see how people would use the new product. I choose A.
Yes, A. Okay. And Alexander, could you do number 4?
This app helps me what task because my computer frozen and I have to
Number 4?
missed it.
Yeah, just go ahead and read this, and then we'll match the underlined word with the definition. And we can help you since you weren't there.
Okay. This app helps me transcribe songs and that I can't understand.
So what would transcribed be? Extremely surprising, smooth and continuously without being noticed, uncomfortably nervous about or embarrassed by what other people think about you, or write down something that is spoken. Any idea?
The last one.
Yes. So if something is transcribed, it is written down what is spoken. It's actually very difficult to do.
Yeah, forgot. Yes.
Has anybody ever tried to transcribe a song or something like that? It's very difficult to do. It takes hours. So, Jabo, can you read number 5?
Okay, sure. This new tool seamlessly integrates with your Google Canada. Okay. I choose F. No. E. Smoothly and continuously without being noticed.
Yes, if something is seamless, you don't even notice it. So I did that a year ago with a website. I moved it over from one address to another, and no one noticed. So, Khalid, number 6.
Number 6, the scientists made an astonishing new discovery. Everyone was shocked. Astonished me shocked. Extremely surprising.
It's extremely surprising. Okay. All right. And so the final one, Cornell, could you read that one?
It is very difficult.
Yes, it's the worst one.
In the past, people felt very self-conscious using mobile phones in public, uncomfortable, nervous about or embarrassed by what other people think about you.
Okay. And that would be 7, of course. Do you agree with that, Cornell? Were people? I mean, did people feel very self-conscious about using mobile phones in public?
It depends on the place. For example, on train or on a bus, on a bus, it is very impolite behavior. But for example, in the square, it is a normal way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. So let's go ahead and practice any of these words. Are there any questions about any of these words, first of all? Okay. So I'm going to ask you guys some questions. Alexander, for the word enhance, how does learning English enhance your life? Or does it?
It enhance my comprehension of understanding films because I wanted to watch them in original language, and now I almost can watch it without
Awesome.
subtitles. Many films.
In Russia, do they use the subtitles with films and TV shows?
No, I download it from internet.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know whether they dubbed or used subtitles. One of the reasons
On television we don't use subtitles. Only maybe first channel, but with Russian for people who can watch news, who deaf can hear.
in Finland, Sweden, and Norway, they use subtitles on TV shows. So I used to watch a German show with Finnish subtitles, and I didn't listen to the German. I usually had that silent, and I watched it to practice my Finnish. So, because they would have Finnish subtitles, it was a great way to learn, actually.
Yes, I agree.
So, all right, Jabo.
Yeah.
So when you read,
Yeah.
do you sometimes glance at a paragraph and then go on? Or do you read the whole thing?
Yeah. You mean I read English article or Chinese article?
Probably Chinese article.
I prefer to read the whole thing.
Read the whole thing.
Yeah, because it will make me feel more comprehension about the details. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, Khalid, have you ever worked for a company that launched a pilot when it comes to a new project before
Of
you
course.
actually?
Of course, I worked for Huawei. You know, Huawei is the big telecommunication company, Chinese company, international one. I worked as a datacom product manager. So we often in Huawei, or usually in Huawei, especially when they opening the branch in Libya in 2005, they started with a lot of pilot projects. So they did a lot of pilot project here in Libya. So that time I was a product manager. So I manage many projects. So it's, yes, yeah. You know, sometimes some companies start just because maybe they wanted to get business with the client, so they are new, so they start with pilot projects. Yeah. Even Huawei, they did big pilot project, not small scale. I mean.
Yeah. Right. Thank you. Cornell, Have you ever transcribed songs or any type of audio?
Sorry, could you please repeat it?
Have you ever transcribed songs or any type of audio that you've heard where you've
No,
written?
no, as I mentioned before, my weakest point of my English is listening, so yeah, it is very hard to write many songs down in the sheet. So
Yeah. Well, it's
yeah,
frankly it's difficult for native speakers too. So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so all right.
But in Hungarian it isn't any problem for me.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
No, I've spent a lot of time working on transcriptions before, and I'm like, really, this is hard. So, Nadia, have you ever done something that worked seamlessly and people didn't even notice that you made a change?
Oh, no, maybe not.
Okay. So you can't think of any time that you've done something that was very seamless. Okay. How about you, Victor? Have you done something that was very seamless?
Yes, I sometimes I install software and nobody noticed this. But
Okay.
usually I do work that not seamlessly.
Okay. Okay. Most of your work is not seamless. Okay.
Yeah.
Because do you work with software or with hardware?
I work with both, but
Both.
mostly
Okay.
with software.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And
Sorry,
Shinyu. Yes.
I have a shock here for the software. You know, when Microsoft introduced the Windows 95, I have my friend. He was engineer also, and that time it's when we plug in new devices, it's take many time for the software and maybe probably not working. So he said not plug and play as a Microsoft mentioned. He said plug and pray.
So not black and play?
He said
Oh, not plug and play. Okay.
plug and pray.
Plug and
Pray
play.
for pray.
Yeah, but it's plug and pray. Plug and hope. Hope it works. Hope it works. That's pretty funny. Once I figured out what you were saying, plug and pray versus plug and play.
Yes,
So,
pray.
yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, I'm sorry, Jen, we don't have time to finish with you, but that's okay. Everyone, I want to thank you for your participation in class. And I hope you learned some new phrases and some new words. And remember, even your verbaling classes, they are all indispensable. So,
exactly.
Anyway, I am actually heading to bed. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Holly.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
bye bye.
Bye.